Hi everybody, and welcome to the live stream of Honey's beta. We're going to walk you through a full demo of today's beta. Again, I want to thank our clients. This is just for you guys. This is an existing client only event. And we're also doing this in a really new format, guys. If you talked to me before, you know I really hate webinars. So we want to do something a little bit different, a little bit more interactive. So this is a live stream. We like the format so far, but we're working out the kinks and trying to figure out how to make it a more immersive experience so that when we market it with time, we can have ability to send automated reminders and all those wonderful things. So again, as we go through this demo, I want to make it a little bit more interactive and use social media. So if you have questions, please use Twitter's hashtag, which is HoneyCRM. Or if you're watching on YouTube, you can use the live chat and we can answer your questions there. We'll be doing a Q&A at the end. We also, in the future, this happened very last minute. We went to want to embed this video on our page, which it finally is. Like as of 5 minutes ago, it's embedded on the page that we send out during the campaign. So if you want to jump back to that page, you can. But again, I'm hoping that you guys look at this as a different and unique format for webinars. And it's a little bit more fun. And once we work out the kinks, we can hopefully teach you guys how to roll it out so you can do some of your own. Okay. So without further ado, I'm going to jump in here again, real quick before I get started. Just want you to remember this is a beta. The beta is going to be closed to our existing clients only. So if you want to, at the end of this live stream, if you want to go ahead and say, hey, Gio, I'd like to get into Honey right away, we're going to help you guys get onboarded and we're going to have you help us through this beta. Your feedback is super critical for us to make this product as good as we all hope it can be. Okay, thank you. So here we go. What you see here, a lot of the similarities in Honey, you're going to see, you're going to find a lot of similarities of Marketing HUD in Honey. Let me rephrase that. And of course, it's an evolution of that. Marketing HUD was created as a way to give you guys visibility into how many leads we were generating, an at-a-glance view of all the various marketing analytics that are important. And it was just meant to be kind of a platform for visibility, right? Just to kind of see, engage, and hold us accountable for our work. What's really special, I think, about Honey is that it manifested, it was created based off your guys' feedback of working with us over the years. Hey, Gio, I need a little bit more information on this lead. Or, you're talking to the Tri-Digital team, you're asking these type of questions, or I'm getting spam, or I can't see who this newsletter subscriber was. Or, hey, how can I assign these leads? I really don't like working off of ConnectWise or Autotask as a CRM. I have to because I have to use something. But maybe we could use something a little bit better. So all that feedback over the years came in, and we really took that all and put it on a plate and figured out how we can grow the Marketing HUD application to an all-new application that'll give you all the sales and marketing control and features that you need. Okay. Here, what you're looking at is our aggregated dashboard. We're still updating some data because we're over 100,000 leads already, but again, it's still pretty close. You're going to see total leads, a couple new items here: total appointments, total proposals that are out, and total wins. Right now, for the most part, these three items are just taken from Tri-Digital Stats because we've been using it, so we've been backfilling all the information in there. Again, total revenue impact. You can filter that by year, lifetime, all kinds of stuff. That's kind of the future features that are in there. But as it stands for right now, you're going to pretty much grab what's there this year as you guys start to backfill your own stuff. The website analytics too. Again, this is aggregate total of all of our clients' web analytics, overall aggregate totals of email performance across all of our clients. 18 million emails sent. It's pretty, or people receiving emails. It's quite the big number. So we have a lot of data that we use to help get you guys the best campaigns we can. And again, video analytics, who has the best videos, how many plays, the engagement level, all that kind of stuff. And of course, the EPUB analytics. This is just, again, an aggregate dashboard for us, but where the real magic happens is inside your dashboard. So I'm going to jump into that now, and we're going to see all the new and cool stuff that Honey can do. All right, so here we go. When you log in, you're gonna see your dashboard, and as you can see, there's going to be a lot of various menu items. The first dashboard that automatically loads is a lot like what you have now, just with the fresher look, right? Total leads. We also added how many of these leads are unique company leads, which is pretty cool. Total form submissions, total video views. Your lead quota module here, again, versus how many leads, that's similar to how it worked before. You can check that out, right? This is our November. And then again, your conversion ratios that we put together, which each and every one of you, before we started, how many leads, what percentage of leads turn into appointments, how many of those go to proposal, how many of those close, what's your average deal amount, how much money is on the table. With your website analytics, is your Google Analytics again here, you're going to be able to see what the traffic looks like, the device analytics, traffic sources, that information is here. All your email campaigns, again, here they are. You're going to be able to go back and take a look at all these. Okay, very similar to what you have now, just again, fresher look and feel. Here's where things get different, where it starts to get a lot different. So your form submissions, whether it's newsletter form submissions or consultation form submissions, Honey has got an automated market research feature, and it's going to be like the highlight of the show. I can't wait to show you that. But this is how we're able to pull some of these people's pictures and stuff in here. So you're going to see a little bit more information. First new thing is the lead temperature. Okay, there's 3 lead temperatures in Honey. There's a warm lead, a cold lead, and a hot lead. These temperatures are based not only upon lead score, but how recently they've been active or they've been engaged in your marketing. So let me show you how it works. Any lead that hasn't been active or engaging your marketing in 30 days or more, that hasn't been active in the most recent 30 days, they're automatically going to turn cold. It doesn't matter what their score is. Now, if they have been active in the past 30 days, they're either going to be warm or hot. A lead with a score of 1 through 4 will be warm, right? So you have to be 1 through 4, and they have to be active in the last 30 days. They'll be warm, and they'll get a sun icon. If they're above a score of 5, they will be hot. The lead score is the same. Everything gets 1 point except a consultation form submission. Those are worth 5 points. So that's how that works there. You're going to be able to click inside the lead, and I'm going to show you what that looks like in a different page and see a lot more information, interact with that prospect. And then, of course, if we're able to find his LinkedIn information, you'll be able to click here, jump into their LinkedIn page, which I'll open there to give you guys a look. You can see more information about this person. And then you can assign these leads to a sales professional. There's also a lot of cool bulk actions you guys can do. So you guys can come in here, check off a couple people, mass assign them either to a rep. You can mass assign them as a certain status, as qualified. Spam, you guys can delete them, which is really cool. So those of you guys that are getting spam, you guys can delete your own leads. And of course, move them to another list. If you find out that they're, the right seat size and they're considered your A list, you can move them to that list. So a lot of very cool things you guys can do with these bulk actions and interact with the leads a lot more. So that's how that works there. Next, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the other stuff here. Here's your same video analytics that you guys have. You guys can view, and your EPUB analytics. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to go take a look at the all new, all the rest of the features are new, is your sales dashboard. This is pretty cool. So here's your sales dashboard. What you're going to see in that dashboard is how many unique company leads you have, how many active meetings your sales team has, right? And again, I forgot to mention this earlier. The role that I am using is a super admin role. So if you're a sales admin, you're going to be able to see statistics on every single sales professional, your entire sales team, your entire marketing team. If you're just a salesperson with a normal sales professional role, you're going to be able to see only the leads that have been assigned to you, how many meetings you have, how many proposals you have. So again, proposals, total wins, total revenue impact. You're going to see the monthly quota, and what you actually did this month. So now there's going to be some sales quotas. You're going to be able to also see the amount of activities that have been done this month as a team, right? So let's take a look at last month. Our team had 22 meetings, 22 calls, 943 emails, 57 notes. That's what everybody did. Next, you're going to be able to see who your top performers are. Again, it'll rank them based off what the amount of revenue they've closed for you. But what's really cool about this is that you can actually see how many leads this person's been assigned, what their activities look like on a monthly basis, the accumulation of all your activities, how many appointments they have out, how many proposals are out, and how many total wins they've had. This will give you better visibility when you have a bigger sales team and they want to know what makes a more successful salesperson, right? If the number one guy in your company has, makes all this revenue, another person that may be struggling can look at him and say, well, that guy, he makes, 100 calls a month or 200 calls a month and sends out 300 emails a month and has X amount of meetings, so that you guys can leverage that data to create behavioral patterns more consistent with your top performers so that everybody performs well. Next is you're going to see a backfill of, again, all your data. You guys have to go in there and populate it in there, or just start fresh whenever we launch the beta for you, is how many leads have turned into meetings, what percentage that is, how many meetings turn into deals, and what percentage of deals win, right? So right now, of course, we got to backfill all the meetings we've ever had to see what this number is. And then, of course, same here. This one's a lot easier because we just put how many proposals we sent out and how many of them closed. So this number is accurate for a Tri-Digital sales team. So as a team, this is what the company's sales conversion looks like. It's pretty cool. Now I'm going to say, okay, that's great. I want to go see a little bit more how Adrian's doing. Okay. So I'm going to go jump in and click on him, and it's going to take me right to his dashboard. And now I see that Adrian has 181 leads assigned to him. He has 22 appointments, which is doing great. He's converting a lot of those leads to appointments. He's got 2 open proposals and 42 wins. This is how much revenue Adrian's generated this year. Here's his monthly quota versus what he actually did. And this is what his activities look like on a monthly basis. He did a really good job on average, right? How many meetings he has, calls he makes, emails, so forth, to get engaged with prospects. I also see how many deals he has in the pipeline. Basically, how many proposals are out with clients and how many days those proposals have been out with that client. Tri-Digital has a rule, right, where if any proposal has been out for more than 30 days, we mark it dead, right? So I know as a CEO of the company, if, Adrian's got a really good closing ratio here, so, most likely these 2 deals are going to close in 30 days or less. So if it's closer to the 30-day mark, I'm pretty close to having that deal fund, right? Just kind of based on his percentages. You can see that Adrian has 16% of his meetings leads go to meetings, which is really good. Right now, he's probably got a lot of first meetings, not a lot of proposals out yet, but this number should be at 50% or higher. Now, again, right, Adrian's got a really good track record and he does all that stuff. The vision of Honey is to be able to go ahead and say, if you set a threshold that this should be no less than 50%, if your specific salesperson does not hit that 50% conversion of meetings to deals, then the system will automatically email the sales professional and the admin recommended training. Like, hey, I see you're struggling on your first meetings or turning meetings to deals. Watch this recommended video training to help you out. Okay? And likewise for each one of these things. If they struggle with prospecting, they can do that. If they struggle with actually, once the deal is out, actually overcoming objections and closing, same deal. But you can take a look at each individual and what their conversion ratios are. Pretty cool. All right. And again, guys, anytime you have questions throughout, I'm going to keep going until the end. Please, another reminder, use at Twitter, use #HoneyCRM to ask your questions, or use the YouTube live chat. And again, at the end, we hope that you guys give us some feedback at honeycrm.com/feedback. All right. So going into the next field, which is the pipeline. Pipeline here. Again, remember, I am the sales admin. I am looking at everybody's pipeline all together, like the entire company pipeline. So based on the amount of leads that we have here, I know how much potential revenue we can close off of leads, right? Or how much potential revenue is sitting in leads if we convert based off our conversion ratios, right? So I'm like, wow, there's $6 million sitting in leads. We got to go get that, right? I can take a look at the revenue in the pipe, which is based off of how many proposals have been sent out. So in current proposals out in the market, there's over $1 million in proposals. The guys are doing good, very good. I can see who's on that proposal, or what sales professionals on it, the company, the name, and the date of their last lead action. Once they have a dollar amount associated with it, and I'll talk about the syncs with ConnectWise and everything else, or AutoTask, and how it ties in the opportunities. But again, I can see what the monthly value is worth. Okay, lead score, temperature of that person, the whole bit, and then again, how much revenue we've closed and who has closed them. That's how the sales pipeline works. Again, you'll be able to filter that out based off of individual salesperson. An individual salesperson would only see their pipeline. So that's how that works here. Very cool to kind of see your pipeline at a glance. Next is the leads. So again, you're going to see here, this is kind of similar to what you guys currently have in HUD, except more features. Again, we got the LinkedIn or the social media photos of that person, the temperature now, the score, status if you have it, LinkedIn profile, and the rep associated with it. And you can still expand and be able to see, not only will you be able to see what marketing pieces they've been interested in, okay, and the dates associated, but now I can leave very specific notes. I can leave a call note. I can leave an email note. And we have a really good integration with Office 365 that I'm going to show you. It's going to be another highlight of this show. Really cool. So you can leave a call note. You can leave an email note. You can leave a regular note. And then again, you can, if you had a meeting with that person, you can leave that type of note. It records all those activities. And that way you can see not only how interested the person has been, but what your sales professional has done to follow up with that lead. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click on this lead now so I can show you what that looks like. And here we go. So now I'm inside the lead. I got some information on what this person is. We don't have his title, the company that'll link over to him. This is the picture from his Twitter profile. That's what we were able to find with the marketing automated research, which I'll show you in a minute. This person will be either, the buyer role will either be decision maker or advocate, okay? And that changes their color so you can quickly identify the type of lead you're working with. His information, and again, if you need to edit and add more information as you do your research, you definitely can. Add whatever else, move them to whatever list, save those things, and he's automatically there. I also see what lists he's a part of that's there, and they can be part of more than one list, and I'll show you lists in a minute. I can see the 5 most recent activities that's gone on with this lead, both marketing-wise, his actions, and sales follow-up, or sales professionals' actions. I get to see a company card, and I'll show you the company view later, approximate employee size, their LinkedIn profile for their company, how many contacts in their company are in Honey, and what their website is. Here I was able to assign that lead to Adrian. It was already assigned. As a sales manager, I can switch who that is assigned to myself, or again, back to Adrian, right? And then go ahead and see what's been done from that perspective, what Adrian's been doing to follow up with this person. Here's the editor again to edit more notes. What's great about this editor, guys, it's a rich media editor. You guys can go ahead and put in whatever notes. And let's just say this is a meeting. You can bold it. You can drag and drop images on here, and it'll populate and keep it all in line. So you really have a good streamed record of everything that's gone on with this particular client. I'm going to add this activity. As you can see, it has updated this lead with the latest activity, so I can see everything that's gone on. I can also find out who is the other person in this company, right, that is part of my lead database, what his temperature is, and if he's engaged in any of the marketing. This is really cool, so when I'm making my follow-up or outbound attempts to reach this person, I can leverage the other people in the organization that also have been engaging the marketing to help drive the conversation and push that forward. So very cool stuff here on how you interact with leads now. Again, with the integrations, which we'll go over in a minute, All this will be in sync in real time with your PSA. One thing to note, though, I do want to tell you this. During the beta phase, although the integrations do work, we are going to turn them off until January 15th. The reason I want to do that is because I want you guys to test the base software and then report back any bugs. Okay? And once you guys report back bugs and we fix it and stabilize that, then I'll go ahead and turn on the sync with ConnectWise and or Autotask. Okay? All right. Next, let's go into contacts. So here I'm in contacts now, and you're going to see a couple different options. First thing you're going to see in this list view is all of my lists. How many contacts are in those lists? How many leads has come from that list? How many total sales wins have come from the list? Again, the full vision of the product is you're going to be able to rank the list based on their behavior, see open and click-through percentages, all that kind of stuff. And here is something cool. You can quick edit and rename or export the list on the fly. You're also going to be able to mark this list as a marketable list or not. What I mean by that is not that people that are not checked off can't get your marketing, right? What I mean is if someone does engage that marketing, do they count as a lead? So here, I don't want our vendors or I don't want our active clients to count as leads, so I left them unchecked. Even though we still send emails to them and they still click through, right? And do other things, we just don't count them as leads for us, so they don't skew the numbers for your sales team. But you're going to be able to see them all here, add a new list, which I'm going to show you here in a minute, or add a new contact. When you add a new list, it's very cool. You can drag and drop an Excel or CSV file. It'll walk you through matching all the data fields and inputting your own data. If you guys just did an event, like a movie event, and you want to give each one of those leads that you upload a score of 10, you're going to be able to do that, right? And determine your own score so that you can prioritize what the salespeople follow up with. What's going to be great is the automated research that Honey's going to do for the entire list for you. So there's the process of scrubbing is going to be driven down dramatically. All right. And I'm going to show you what that's like on a one-to-one basis, but I want you to see this next part and imagine it happening across all of your lists or all the contacts within a list. Okay. This is pretty cool. As an added bonus, when you guys log in for the first time, we've already scrubbed all your leads for you, which is great. But as you guys upload new contacts or get new business cards, we are going to continue to update, to scrub and get more information on that person. We did this because what do salespeople hate? Data entry. They hate data entry, right? So we want to be able to scrub that person and give the company more information without the salespeople doing a lot of effort. So without further ado, here we go. So I'm going to put an email in here. So it says it's holding tight, it's finding the contact information. So look what it did. It pulled down his picture from LinkedIn. Right, here's his email. His first name, last name. Didn't get a phone number. Here's the bio it pulled from LinkedIn. I'm going to show you that in a minute. What his title was and links to all his social media information. This is really cool. So what Honey did is Honey went, used that email address and scoured the internet, Google, all social media to try to find whatever information they can on this person. When I click next, what it's going to do is search the domain and try to find information on the company now. Okay, so before, if I was able to get his phone number, I can enter it in here real quick, right? And then go to the next step. But right now, for the sake of time, I'm just going to go ahead and go to the next step. Now look what it found. It found the company's logo, the company's name, the description of the company. Once again, it pulled in from LinkedIn, the website, approximate employee size, and the link to their LinkedIn profile. Of course, in a real scenario, I can enter in the rest of the information. If I go to the website and get whatever I can from there, I'll populate it in, and then I'll go ahead and say, okay, create. Cool, now it's going to ask me, do you want to add them to a list? What list? So I'm going to add them to the consultation list. I'm going to click finish, and now it's going to take me to my brand new contact as it creates it. Here we go. So this is Eric. I can go ahead and say, okay, he's a decision maker. I can choose whatever status is qualified. He's part of my consultation list now. And here's the company information. I'm going to assign it to myself. And then take a look at this. This is really cool. So in recent activity, Honey has left you your first note. Everything you need to learn about Eric Simpson is right here. And you can go into his different social media accounts by clicking above, right? And learning it more if you want to. But the whole key is better quality of leads for your sales professionals, limiting the amount of time you have to do research, giving them the ability to have higher quality conversations and increase the sales velocity. So we're really excited about this feature in Honey, and I hope that you guys like it too. All right, so one other thing you're going to be able to do is add a deal. And in this scenario, you're going to be able to integrate that with ConnectWise's opportunities, right? And the way I want to explain real quick about how the integration is going to work, ConnectWise is the Bible database for us, or Autotask, or whatever your PSA is, because it has the most legacy data. And the reason we made that decision where you can sync information down and you can send information both ways, but Honey will never be able to override something that currently exists inside of ConnectWise, because, you know, after the sale is made, your service delivery team keeps working with that prospect. So if we sold Eric Simpson and he became a client, and now Eric Simpson is no longer there and someone else is there, and service delivery updates that person, I don't want to override anything that way. Okay? So there's a two-way sync, and there's a whole other string we can do about the integration in general, but I wanted to kind of give you that information. Now, once the deal is created and you guys go into Quozel, or you guys go in and create the proposal, everything else, in ConnectWise, and your engineers are doing that, it'll update these values I'm about to enter back here. So let's just say I have a deal that's managed services. It's going to be $2,500 per month, and it's per month for the term is 36 months. Okay, I save the deal. Bam, there's a deal in progress now. Okay, and this is what its amount. Here's the total value, and if that deal turns into a win, I can mark it as won or lost, however else, and then continue moving forward. So it updates my numbers, and I'll go back later and show you how it updates all the numbers. Okay, that's how easy it is to add a deal. That'll create an opportunity inside your PSA, and you're ready to go and continue following up with this person. Now, I do want to show you now next, before I go into the next parts, the Office 365 integration. So this is a deal that I recently won. A real deal. I hope she doesn't mind. So here, what you're going to see is, here's all her information that I grabbed, and then you're going to see outbound emails, me to her, and inbound emails, her to me. I got all this information without having to log into Honey. The integration with Exchange and Office 365, what it's doing is we're capturing all the journaling of all the emails, right? And the software is actually looking and reading to find emails that are actually in Honey, okay? And who they're assigned to. Once it finds a match, like, oh, that email's in Honey, it'll bring that email thread back and forth into Honey, so that whether I'm inside the application or not, all of the communication back and forth, okay, is being caught. Inbound emails versus outbound emails. Very, very cool. So again, key thing is visibility, accountability towards follow-ups. All of that is in here, and again, that's something I didn't have to do. I didn't have to do manually. The future evolution of this integration is it's also going to catch your calendar invites, and when you have a calendar invite with the prospect, boom, it'll just capture that as a meeting activity. So it's pretty cool. Okay, and then one day, hopefully, as we continue to evolve and this picks up and people like it as much as we do, we can do some VoIP integrations as well. All right, so that's how that works. Hopefully you guys like that. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the company information. This is the same thing. This is the list of companies, unique companies that are in here. So if I go to, I don't know, let's go to this one. So you can see it grabbed the logo of the company, all the various social media links, the website URL, the email, a phone number, the approximate employees this company has, and a description of this company. And then it shows how many contacts I have in here, right? So I just have one contact in here and not too much information on them. But as you keep updating, adding more contacts, you're going to find more and more information. So that's a quick view on how the company view works. And then again, you're going to have a visibility over all your sales team. The sales team, this is an important thing. Remember I talked about as you rank them, what are the what are the behaviors? First of all, what does the profile of a good sales professional look like? How many years of sales experience, right? And what does their activities look like on a monthly basis, right? If they're doing those type of activities on a monthly basis, and you have another sales professional that's struggling, look at Bill over here, right? Bill is actually our CTO, and he is the lead developer. He architected Honey. So if you guys like it, send him some kudos. If you don't like it, blame him. But if this is a real example of a sales professional, man, he's struggling. He's not making sales, but also look at the activities, right? Not doing too good. So you can help them emulate more and see what they're actually doing for 8 hours worth of work. And then lastly here, you're going to be able to see the integrations. Obviously, those of you that are our clients, we're going to set up the integrations for you. And we have a lot of integrations coming down the pipeline with live chat integrations, various different email marketing platform integrations. I mean, we have a long list, guys. So if you have any featured integrations, please let us know using #HoneyCRM. But you'll be able to determine how you want the integration to work. You enter in all the information for ConnectWise. Do you want it just to sync down ConnectWise to Honey, and you want nothing in Honey to go back to ConnectWise? That can happen. You want nothing to come down from ConnectWise, but you want everything to go up to ConnectWise. That can happen. Do you want a two-way sync? That can happen. It's going to be up to you, and you're going to be able to manage that kind of stuff. Right now, the Office 365 integration, we're going to have to help you with that manually. That's a little bit more of a process that we haven't put into a WYSIWYG yet, but that'll give you that kind of idea. And then there'll be some fancy search of how we integrate everything else. So with all that being said, there's only one more thing, which is, again, how you manage and invite users and what type of role you give them. And that's pretty straightforward. So with all that being said, everybody, this is Honey in beta format. This is the power. This is what it can do. I'm going to now jump into the Q&A. I really want to hear from you guys and, help understand what kind of any questions I can ask for you, any specifics you have. Bill's going to go ahead and read me the feed, and I'm going to go ahead and answer your questions live.
All right.
Go for it.
Daniel Channing asks, besides ConnectWise and AutoTask PSA integration, will there be integration into other CRM systems such as Microsoft CRM or Salesforce?
Great question, Daniel. And here you can see, I think I brought it up on the integrations page, but I'm going to pull it up again. Absolutely. So Infusionsoft, HubSpot, Microsoft Dynamics, Salesforce, all those integrations are there. Same thing.
Chicago Lee asks, what options do you have when there are multiple contact matches to the name? Can you select the right person?
So what it's going to do is, the way that Scrubs right now, because it's doing it based off the email address, it's going to find only one person. We haven't run into a situation where it finds multiple contacts. If that does happen, right, we got to report that, and then it could probably show you a list of 3 different matches, and you can go ahead and select the right one, I would imagine.
It's right? Unique by email, so it'll show if an email already exists.
Yeah. So, and it's also unique by email. So as far as duplicate data entry, it's combing the entire system to look for an email. So if the email, right, is already in the system, it's going to say you already have a person by this name. So let me demo that for you real quick, okay? So let me see. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go back into the contacts, and I'm going to add a new contact. Then I'm going to try to add Eric again. Hey, contact already exists. Would you like to go to this contact or try again? See, that's kind of how it handles it.
All right. Sylvia Reyes asks, would those emails, the ones that you showed going back and forth, be available to anyone else in the company, or are they only visible to the author?
No, well, it depends on your role, right? If you are a sales manager or you have been appointed, right, to be able to get visibility of what the sales team is doing, you just need that actual role of admin, and then you can see everybody's information, right? Like as you saw, I was able to see what Adrian has been doing with his contacts. I can jump in to see my own. Now, a sales professional will be able to see, they'll be able to see a full thread of information as long as that lead is assigned to him. So let me give you an example. So Sylvia, you're a marketing person, right? And I know that because we talk. So you go in and you assign that lead to, I don't know, George, if there is a George over there. So you assign a lead to George, and George goes and he's back and forth with the client. Somehow you want to help out and you send something out to a client. George will be able to see your response in line, okay? Because again, he has visibility into that lead because it's assigned to him. So if you have that admin access, you put some information in there, or one of your technical people put information in there, you'll see everybody's information, right? But again, admin can see everything for everybody, but a sales professional will only be able to see everybody's comments on leads assigned to them.
All right. Chicago Lee asks, what information will be synced with ConnectWise with Dynamic CRM and so on?
So the information that's going to be synced initially is we want to get all the activities, right? So essentially the calls, well, marketing inbound activities. If someone has filled out a form, responded to the marketing, that's going to be entered into ConnectWise as an activity. If that person, if a sales professional has followed up with that person and sent them emails and put in notes of calls and everything else, you want all those activities to be in ConnectWise under activities. That information is going to be in ConnectWise Autotask or your CRM, and then you're also going to get the opportunities now. So if you record a deal, you start a deal, it's going to open up an opportunity, and that'll be in ConnectWise. And as you update that opportunity with formal proposals using quotes or whatever you're using, that updated number and the more details come back into Honey with the accurate amount for that opportunity. So basically, activities and opportunities, and of course, contacts, right, is going to be all synced with ConnectWise, Autotask, or your CRM.
Ivan B asks, what's the cost?
You guys are going to love this. Existing clients, we love you. You're going to get it for free. Without you, we couldn't have created it. So it's yours to use. For other clients, future clients that want to use this as a standalone, it's going to be essentially $199 a month. Will get you one user and one admin and up to 2,500 contacts to put into Honey. After that, you're going to be paying an additional $12 a month for each additional user. So it'll be an additional $12 for additional users. And then if you want to do more than 2,500 contacts, every time you pass 2,500 contacts, Honey's going to give you 2,500 more for $50 more a month. So think about that, right? Each additional bucket of 2,500 contacts is an additional $50 a month. Each additional user is $12 a month. Baseline price, $199 a month.
Nick Bridwell asks, can you set alerts for when you hit goals as a way of staying up on top of things?
Oh, yeah. Very cool. The notification, guys, is something that it'll be live January 15th. We have some really cool notifications that it emails you when you've been assigned leads. Okay? So from the salesperson, you get assigned a bunch of leads. Bam. All right, you get a notification. Certain quotas are conversion numbers are below thresholds. Bam, you get a notification. Someone closes a sale. They're going to get an opportunity. Once they mark it as one, do you want to ring the bell? And it's going to go bam and hit everybody and go ding ding. And everybody's going to get a cool little win wire of who closed that deal for everybody that's inside Honey, so that it drives up morale. The vision of this product, guys, is to put equal accountability on sales and marketing that equal accountability for them as there is accountability for your service delivery people, right? If you look at BrightGauge and ConnectWise, there's all kinds of analytics around billable rate for a person, how many tickets they close, who's leading and closing more tickets, right? So a lot of times engineers feel this is unfair. I got a spotlight on me all day long and I don't know what marketing or sales does. Well, now you can leverage Honey and be able to take a look and put full visibility and accountability on marketing and sales as well, so that everybody in the company is treated equally, and that everybody has all the KPIs on them, and we're making sure that everybody's doing what they need to do to move towards the company's objectives. And that, from a standpoint, you understand what's going on from a sales and marketing perspective, so the company can provide feedback and help and all that kind of stuff. It's also the positive parts of that too, right? So we feel it's just going to bring the company closer together and help you be more successful.
All right. So this will be the last question. Chicago Lee asks, individuals usually put their personal email in their LinkedIn profile. So if you get their work email, how would you find them?
So it really depends. I've seen, users that are not CEOs. Okay. And let me try to find a company to show you as an example of that. Okay. So I'm going to go back to the composite view for a second so you guys can take a look. Okay. So here's the company, and of course, Mike Collins, the owner. I'm going to open up these two views. Business owners typically put their business email for their social media. Okay, so at least decision makers, you're going to have it. If an actual employee within the company uses their personal email, you may not find anything, right? It could very well happen. Honey won't find anything on that person. But you'd be surprised, since it combs all the social media, you're able to find a lot of other things. So this is the owner, right? And it pulled in his LinkedIn information, didn't grab his picture, but LinkedIn, Twitter, and the information it found there. And now I'm going to go into his director of technical services, who is an employee, but look, he used his business email and all his social media came up and all his pictures and everything. So it's very interesting, man. You gotta take a look at it and see, of course, it's software. It's not going to be 100% proof, but 75% of the time, 60% of the time, if it finds it, that's still good, right? It's better than zero. And you get as much information as you can. So again, feel comfortable that mostly decision makers, guys, are going to have their business email as what they use for social media.
That's about it for questions.
All right. So everybody, I want to thank you again for joining the live stream. I want you guys' feedback. You guys watch a lot of webinars. We try to make this a lot fun and different. I hate webinars. And we also want your feedback on, obviously, first and foremost, the most important person in the room, Honey. Go ahead and go to honeycrm.com/feedback. It's a quick star rating. Let us know what you think about this. Let us know what you think about the live stream. And then, of course, let us know if you want access right now. If you want to wait till after the beta phase is over to get access, that is no problem. If you want access right now, we're happy to give it to you. Thank you, everybody, so much for your time. We hope you enjoy, and we'll see you soon.